welcome back to Woodruff Woods. I'm Darren, and we have a very special guest in our wood yard today. We have no other than Mr. Will Davidson, WD-30.
What's up?
And, you know, as I talk to Brad and to Shive, they tell me that you always look like you're standing in a hole. And I think you are.
I am. This one time.
I want you to step out of the hole.
Okay, there we
I'll get in the hole. So here, I get in the hole.
Are we exchanging holes now?
Yeah, we're exchanging holes now. So we are here in the wood yard. We're going to do some things today. We're going to head over to AJ Shavers. We got some splitting to do. We have a firewood delivery to do. Not all of that will be videoed. But a lot of this video is going on to WD-30's channel, which is
WD-30 Adventures.
So WD-30 Adventures, you'll see that here. I'll put a link in the description. He's at 250 subscribers. And I'm going to ask my subscribers, go over there, give him a subscribe, give him a thumbs up. Let's see if we can get him to, I don't know, 300.
Let's try
Let's
that.
make it reasonable, see if we can get you to 300. All right? Well, we're up here at Shaver Equipment, and he's got some new equipment here. This is the rotating pallet forks. He's got these on the tool cap. Over here, he's got a Halverson processor. So this is a firewood processor that runs off of a gas engine. And we're gonna have WD-30 run this. WD's having a really good time over here. So we're about ready to run the 1824 brute force processor, which is pretty much the same machine that I had over in my wood yard. But AJ's got a lot more fun tools attached to it. Wow. We're going to do a little comparison here.
Yes.
We're going to start off with the 572 versus the 372. You've run a 572 before, right?
I have.
So he's going to run the 372, and then he's going to run the 572. We got a nice oak log here for him to cut on.
Yes.
And I'll do a little videoing of Will on some Huskies. So let's go. So what do we got up first here at WD?
372.
372 XP. All right. I tell you what, how about I go get the grapple and then I can hold it up in the air?
Yeah, that works.
You ready? Now it's up off the ground for you.
Yep.
Almost took you with it. Let's get you on the 572 now.
All
right, so we have about the same size log.
Yep.
And see what you like better.
All right.
You just to the side.
Oh, come on now.
No, towards you. Oh no, I'm wrong. You were right. I don't know how to turn off my own saws. You know, you must be running a lot of Stihl saws recently, haven't you? I mean, because that Husky almost took you down through the woods.
Well, okay, so every once in a while.
Every once in a while. I heard a rumor you might be buying like a 400.
400.
A 400 Stihl. That's what I heard. Is that true?
Well, I can neither confirm nor deny
No.
any.
So you're going to the dark side.
I've been on the dark side.
I thought you had a Husky.
I got a Husky and I got 4 Stihls.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Boy.
I'm on everyone's dark side.
I guess you are. So what do you got there?
Yeah.
572 XP, huh?
Yep. Here we go.
Here we go. So what do you think?
Wow.
So what do you think? You just ran 2 saws that are basically the same size.
Yeah.
One's auto-tune, one is not. What do you think?
The auto-tune can somewhat slow you down, but also they both are running really, really well.
So I hand ground those chains this morning.
Okay.
So I filed them this morning.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're equally good or bad depending on if I have a good filing on them. But
I think you do.
yeah,
it
certainly seemed the way it was grabbing and pulling you that I might have them a little bit sharp.
That's a good thing.
But which one do you think's faster?
This guy.
The 572.
572,
The auto-tune.
Yes. The
Yeah.
auto-tune, I think it helps it correct itself
I think so too.
at a better rate.
Yeah, I mean, both of these saws are stock completely.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
And you know, when you buy a Husky, you don't have to, you know, put mufflers on it and stuff to make it run good.
No, because
Right.
she runs wide open. She's happy wide open too.
That was for you, Shifty.
Sir.
So, all right. Well, why don't we'll go to the big end of the log. You pick your poison
running
here.
this guy.
You're gonna keep running the 572.
Yep.
I'll shoot a little more video of you using a man saw.
Hey, Shifty, are you feeling the jabs yet there, bud? You feeling the jabs? Let's make sure we keep this one in there. Make sure we keep this in. The one-timer.
Yeah, they even start better than a Stihl. I'll just drop that off of there for you.
Wow.
So what do you think?
I
mean, we've been okay, so I've been busting chops about Stihl, and everyone knows that I think they're a good saw too. So,
Yes.
so let's just make everyone know I'm just being goofy. But
I think
you've been running a lot of different saws recently.
Yes, I've been running I ran the 572 today, the 372 earlier, the 592 with Larry and Robin a couple days ago, his 500i as well, and also I ran my MS391 recently. I've I ran my 025 recently as well. I love the 70cc class of saw.
Okay.
That is a great class of saw, and that saw is proving it. But also, something you said off camera, a sharp chain.
Yeah.
A sharp chain lets it go through butter. Larry did the exact same thing where he sharpened the saw, and I got it to cut on a freshly sharpened saw.
Yeah.
That is the biggest thing I will say for anyone in the community or outside of the community coming in for the first time. Get your saw sharpened and let it cut. I've had someone in my comments, what are you going to cut with a little 30cc saw? No, not with the 33cc saw. It's just I didn't have a sharp chain and I knew it wasn't sharp.
Yeah.
But I still cut, and I showed the video of me preparing the saw to go to Brad's. So.
Yeah, I like that 70cc. I told you earlier today that I like the 50cc too.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to turn the camera around and show this load of logs here. These are all like anywhere from like 8 to 14 inches. And for an 8 to 14 inch log, which frankly I think the majority of firewood being cut is in that range. Mm-hmm. The 50cc saw is less impact on the body. And, you know, you get a 550 XP or the, I think it's a 261 if it's if it's a Stihl.
Yeah, 261 or 271?
271 is the Farm Boss, I think.
Yes.
So it's the 261 that's the professional series. Mm-hmm. You get one of those two saws, and you know they are snappy, and for this size stuff, they're just fine.
Absolutely. I do.
How do you think that compares to the 500i?
I would have to get many logs in both saws to be 100% certain, but price-wise, they don't compare.
They don't.
They are not anywhere near.
It's a little more than half price of
exactly. And I think that's what a lot of people will be looking at. Well, I get the 500i for $1,600.
Yep.
If that's
get that for about $1,000.
So, you know, and also the 592, a brand new one, is $1,100 or $1,200.
Yep.
Just to put that out there. So, is the price tag worth it? That's for you to find out.
Yeah, I think you're right. Will.
All professional saws.
I didn't buy my saws on price. I bought them on brand. I've had very good luck with the Husky brand.
I got one
for
that
many
was
years,
broken.
And so I've stuck with Husky for no particular reason other than that.
And it's funny because I have probably done the same thing as well somewhere. So that makes perfect sense.
We've been busy all day.
Absolutely.
We got over to AJ's. You saw some of that video here. You can see more of that on WD-30 Adventures. AJ shot some video, but not of us. And if you want to see any of that equipment, go over to Shaver Equipment. I know I plugged them a lot, but he really does have a lot of cool stuff over there, doesn't he?
If you want to essentially go die in a firewoody blaze and just enjoy yourself, he's the guy to talk to.
Yeah, so we had a good time over there. But anyway, he had the big processor fired up for you, showing how it would push through a 12-way wedge.
Yeah.
And it was pretty impressive seeing those, like, 4 logs stacked up in a diamond and just pushed right through, you know?
Yeah, that was, and I'll definitely highlight it here. I'll highlight it on my video, but it was for sure one of the more interesting things because I had never thought that something, 8-10 inches could go through. And with 4 of them, so you're you're making that even bigger.
Yeah.
And it just pushes through. And there were some hang-ups on some things, but also it's 20 degrees last night. Not all. I mean, he brought the hydros up to temp, but still, I mean, like that's amazing. Yeah,
it's pretty cool. And so we started the day. You drove up here 3.5 hours, and I do appreciate that. It's been a good day. I've really enjoyed it.
It made it work.
And we did a little tour of the property. We didn't show that, just to show Will around and give him what he sees on YouTube. He saw in person. And then we ran the splitter a little bit.
Yes.
And we did a firewood delivery, and we did it to someone who had just recently had open heart surgery, so Will and I stacked the wood for him. You ran the 550 earlier in the day. I like that saw.
That saw is perfect for a smaller diameter wood, and you can run it because it's so light.
And I don't know if you ever saw, but Dick,
Old Guy Firewood,
he actually turned his into a 3/8 chain, and he's running a 20-inch bar on that saw. So
look at that.
That's actually a good video if you've ever thought about switching your sprockets out and stuff. Dick did a real nice job with that video, and if I remember, I'll put it in here.
There you go.
Right. So I guess I have to feed you now.
Well, one other thing.
Okay.
We've been talking off camera a little bit, and I like the 572 a lot, and I think I'm gonna go get one. Actually.
Really?
Yeah, the whole 500i thing, it's shown so much on YouTube. Husky isn't given that much love on YouTube, so I'm probably gonna go get one.
So I told you this story earlier. I have a logger friend, and he runs Stihl, and he mainly runs a 461.
Okay.
That's his saw of choice, and you know, he calls the 500i the firewood cutter saw.
Well, because if a logger isn't going to use it, and no tree service really uses it, no massive tree service really uses it otherwise, you know.
Yeah, I here's what I would say about it. I've run Shibes. I've run one of my buddies. I think I ran Shifties too. Anyway, they are very fast cutting saws.
Very.
And I don't like how they 4-cycle.
No, that's scary
I'm not. It just doesn't sound right to me, and I'm sure you get used to it. But they are power to weight ratio the best saw in the market.
Agreed.
And then, as you said, like sometimes it's a price versus performance issue.
It can be, because like it's great if you have, like, I always deal with massive chunks of wood. It's how I do it, and it's how I actually really like running chainsaws. So I don't really care. You can put any size power saw in my hands. I'm probably going to enjoy it. The 572 proved to me with what I've done today and previously that it'd be probably my best match price-wise, because I don't have a huge budget to do this stuff with. Yeah. I can't go out, and I definitely can't afford a 500i right now, let alone being, because I don't really talk about it much on the channel, on my channel anyways, but I'm on unemployment right now. Yeah. I'm not even really employed or working.
You're seasonally unemployed.
Yeah, I'm seasonally unemployed, so I don't
coming from the HR guy.
But you know, I don't have a budget where that's an expense I can afford to go and put on.
What'd you think of the brute force? We didn't really talk about that much.
I love it. Honestly, if unless Andrew does something for me, which if he does, I'm going to be grateful regardless. Trust me. If any of these people do anything, like give me something, I'm going to be grateful regardless. Just understand that. But if I'm going to go pay for it, that brute force, like if I like their box wedge idea, as well as Eastimates. So it's all about what my pocketbook can handle. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's a commercial. So
one of the things I like about the brute force, and this is, I'm not saying anything bad about any other company. Everyone knows I almost bought an Eastimate, right? I like how heavy duty they're built. Yeah. I mean, that weighs almost 2,700 pounds. I really appreciate the service that I get from Josh and from AJ.
AJ being 4 miles away doesn't hurt.
AJ being 4 miles away is a lot of fun for me.
With what they're going to see off of my video, it better darn.
Yeah, so I think that's going to wrap it up for Woodruff Woods. I'm going to thank WD-30 for showing up here. We had some good fun, some good laughs.
It's been my pleasure.
I'm glad you came up, buddy.
Dude, I couldn't ask for a better day.
Yeah, and we did a lot of variety of things. We did variety.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And that's what made it fun.
Exactly.
So, and we had some good conversation.
Yep.
And now I got to feed you.
Isn't that the best part of the day?
Yeah, that's the best part of the day. All right, so that's all for Woodruff Woods. We'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.